Health is wealth. And when it comes to kids' health, we become far more concerned. So, today we have a renowned pediatric nutritionist, and he will answer in detail all the questions that have been put before him. Sir, can you please introduce yourself?
This is Arun Kumar, clinical and sports nutritionist, pediatric nutritionist from Roots of Nutrition.
Now, keeping in mind the current situation of COVID 19, is it necessary to increase the protein intake of kids?
So COVID-19 situation and your kids' protein intake doesn't have any interference.
Generally, how much protein does a kid require?
Your kids' protein intake is going to be same as your kids' body weight, age, energy expenditure. So 2 to 4 years old kids, around 18 to 25 or probably 22 grams of protein per day is their requirement. 5 to 8 years kids would require 25 to 35 grams of protein, and 8 years above would require approximately 35 grams of protein. So if your kid is completely physically active, or if their growth is really good, you can go ahead with per kg body weight and your protein in. So approximately 1 to 1.15 grams of protein per kg body weight is recommended for a fast growing kid, and if the kid is involved in any physical activity.
Are there any side effects to have more protein?
Yes, definitely there is a very high amount of risk for the kids who has excess amount of protein intake, so which can actually give your kid weight gain or organ damage, probably fatty liver, which is a very most common condition in most of teenagers and adults, and more or less a frequent occurring problem is kidney stones. And for the girls generally who is lesser than 12 or probably lesser than their teenage, with excess amount of protein intake unknowingly be given, or can make your girls look very muscular, and their hormone fluctuations will happen.
Should we give health supplements?
So health supplements, what do you call health supplements? Multivitamins, omega-3s, cod liver oils, or probably ashwagandha. It is not recommended, or either it is not necessary until and unless you are giving your kid a complete balanced meal. Your meal should contain grains, cereals, and your proteins which comes from your meat products, your eggs, and your dal, lentils, and everything. So that will give you enough amount of carbohydrate, good fats, and protein for the daily requirement for your kid. Your kid can get addicted to your supplemental intake.
How much water does a child need?
So the amount of water, which depends on their age, body size, and after that health and activity level, which is very important. So water intake according to 2 to 4 years old, it can be around 1.2 liters to 1.8 liters a day, depending on the size of the body and their physical activity level. If their physical activity level is in the higher side, probably say around 1.5 hours to 2 hours of a day, they roam around a lot, or either they play, they cycle, they swim, and they play in the park for a longer duration, or they hang in your bars and everything, then your water intake can be slightly in the higher side. Else your water intake is going to be around 1.2 to 1.8 liters per day. And what can be for your 5 to 8 years old, it can be 1.5 to 2 liters a day, and 8 years above can be 1.8 liters to 2.2 liters. So this is including all your liquids of your day. So water, and after that the dal water, your sabzi water, and everything whatever you're giving throughout the day, it can be including to 2 to 2.2 liters for an 8 years above.
So even though they are not having outside or junk food as such, but still they are munching on snacks. So how to control acidity in children?
Nowadays it's an emerging question, an emerging problem, we could say. A lot of kids are facing acid reflux, or probably they could say bloating, or they refuse to eat because of acidic conditions and they don't know how to express it out. You can start giving them muskmelon, ginger based buttermilk, banana, Greek yogurts, which is plain, not the flavored ones, green leafy vegetables such as spinach, methi, amaranth leaves, lettuce, and fennel seed water, ajwain water. Ajwain can be boiled with a good amount of 200 ml of water, and tulsi based buttermilk. So tulsi generally kids are not going to like the taste. So what you could do is you can blast it up in the blender with a bit of curd and add water to it, and finally blend it up, and then you can give them tulsi based buttermilk. And if the kid is willing to drink coconut oil, yeah, you can give them. Else you can add it in their vegetable sabzis, which will soothe up their stomach, reducing their acidity issues at home.
Now, given the temperatures are soaring, can you suggest any food for the children, like summer foods?
So summer based foods generally, coconut water and coconut ice cream, which is homemade, and the coconut malai, I would say a little like a paper form, which is very thin to the thicker one. Greek yogurt smoothies. Greek yogurt, buy a plain Greek yogurt, add some fruits to it, and make a homemade Greek yogurt smoothies. And homemade ice creams, kesar, pistas and badam, chikus can be added, and mangoes are the season, so you can do mango ice creams as well at home. So apart from these, muskmelons, watermelons can be a perfect juice for your kids during the summer. You can add a bit of lemon and mint to your watermelon juices. And cucumber salads, so you can make cucumber salads with a bit of lemon and pepper. And you can make barley salad with apple, mint and a pinch of salt and cinnamon powder. So barley water also can be given depending on kids how they're going to like it.
Though the internet is now flooded with options to improve immunity, but still, doctor, can you suggest some immunity booster for kids?
See, this is not the only situation you should be really feeding your kids with a lot of immunity boosting foods and all. So every week or probably every day there should be at least 1 or 2 foods which will generally help them to increase their immunity. Because when you're living in a metro, you are exposed to a lot of pollution, which is with air, water and dust. First thing is immunity doesn't come from outside health supplements or anything. So you need to take it from inside. That comes purely from your daily foods. So your immunity basic immunity foods would be like turmeric, walnuts, oranges, lemons, amlas. So amlas generally you can make pickles, homemade amla pickles, which will be a really likable option for your kids. And salt, amla and red chili powder will also be a good option for kids. So it can be like a mid-morning snack or a mid-afternoon snack for your kids. Coming to the seeds are not only for adults. These seeds and nuts are going to be giving you the bundle of minerals and vitamins, which is rich, better than any day supplement. So seed bars, you can do a mix of pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and add a bit of jaggery to it. Add dried figs and dates and make a seed bar at home. And you can give them dried berries. For giving dried berries at least 3 to 4 times a week. And soaked almonds are the best immunity boosters. Yogurts, almond milk, unflavored, unsweetened almond milk, boiled eggs. If the kid doesn't like the yolk part, you can skip the yolk. Broccoli chips can be given. Sauteed broccoli can be given. Broccoli dip, guacamole dip can be given with your whole wheat roti or a multigrain roti. Sweet potato chips can be given. Take out the skin of your sweet potatoes and chop them into very small pieces or probably thin slices, and brush them with a little bit of olive oil, add a bit of seasoning salt and microwave it. You can do oats as well. So honey flavored oats, almond and banana oats porridge for your morning breakfast. Avocados is a beautiful fruit, high amount of good fats, and they are rich with omega-3 fatty acids. Avocado smoothies can be given. Avocado chips can be given.
Now, it's a general problem, I guess, that kids doesn't want to eat or kids doesn't want to have breakfast. So do we have anything to do?
So I would say change the methods of cooking and make some appealing foods, crispy dosas, different kind of porridges, something with brown rice, dal fritters you can make, or you can make some tikkis out of poha and broccoli and green peas. If your kid is not eating any particular food that you have been giving it for a longer time, try to change the appearance of the food. Include lot of vegetables. First, if your kid is not having your breakfast, take a chapati, add some guacamole, add some paneer cubes and roll it up and give it to them. If the chapati is not really appealing to the kid, do one thing, make a beetroot and avocado paste based chapati and fill it with paneer filling, and that can be a very good breakfast.
So how much gap should we give between meals? And if the child has hunger pangs all the time, So, what can we do?
I would suggest typically don't go ahead with a breakfast, lunch, and dinner formula. Split your morning breakfast, lunch, and dinner into small meals and make it 4 to 6 meals a day. So rather giving them a huge plate of meal, it's better you portion it out and make half portions. Your breakfast, which can be given on your breakfast time and your mid morning time. You can make some smoothies, porridges, crispy dosas, whole wheat bread with a good filling. You can use cheddar cheese or blue cheese, add some lot of vegetables, and you can make a beetroot dip. Else you can make some nice porridges using millet.
Now, if my child is asking for sugary products all the time,
I would say use jaggery, berry based bars, homemade kheer and homemade jamuns can be given, and rasagullas can be given. If and berries based bars, nuts based bar, Greek yogurt based bars, I mean like dips, are going to be really helpful for your kids. Those are really craving for sugar products.
and lastly, doctor, would you recommend any healthy diet?
I recommend a lot of healthy diets, healthy nutrition plans, not diets for kids. Based on their age group, based on their physical activity, I would suggest a lot of healthy diets. And if in case if anybody wants to know about it, please do contact me.
Yes, the contact details of the doctor is given in the description box below. And the most important question as to how much exercise does our child need have also been answered by the doctor. It will be coming up in our next video along with a fitness expert explaining the exercises for our clarity. So do subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get notification about our next video. Stay healthy and happy.